Hey guys, it's me Maro, and my birthday is coming up pretty soon, so I hope you all got me something for my birthday, because October is also coming up, and you know what happens. All jokes aside, I'm kind of sick. This fucking sucks. I got some stuff planned, such as some streams in October, and I'm in the process of doing a review on the Berserk 2017 anime. However, I needed a break from that garbage and focus on some other stuff that I actually enjoy doing, such as reviewing toys. I'm not a child, I swear. Well, I was looking online on Amazon, and besides seeing AI images being used for the Hia Toys Kong, which I will review soon, man, I got a lot of things to review. I saw something amazing. A deal of a lifetime. Okay, maybe not of a lifetime, but let's just say I got fucking lucky. Because today, I will be reviewing my newest figure in my collection, the Ironmouse Nendoroid. You might be wondering what I mean when I say I got lucky, and I'll get into that in a little bit. Before we get onto the review though, some of you might be wondering who Ironmouse is. Well, I don't know why you would be clicking on this if you didn't know, but whatever. Ironmouse is a VTuber who is a member of VShojo and has been streaming for quite a while now. She has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube, 2 million followers on Twitch, and is overall a pretty funny demon. And when I mean demon, I mean Saiyan. Yeah, she's Saiyan. She's a demon like me! At this moment, she's actually doing a subathon with a bunch of fun stuff going on, so go check that out when you have the chance. Other than that, she's a pretty good singer.
What I always see is the face of someone else who once belonged to me. Still I can hear him laugh. Now that you know a little bit about her, let's get on to this review and start looking at this figure. Well, first we gotta look at the box, because, you know, we gotta look at it. This box is almost identical to the Nyanners Nendoroid box. The only difference is that we got images of Ironmouse all around it. But it's still pretty cool nonetheless. Okay, now we will actually look at the figure. I can't forget the box, okay? Ever since the fucking Hia Toys Godzilla review, I make sure I don't forget the box section, okay? So first we got the body, in which it's based off her, like, third model? The reason I'm confused is that she's had a couple models before this specific one, so I'll just say this is based off her most popular model, or her model when she joined VShojo? I think? Future Maro, please fact check that for me. Model numbers aside, this sculpt looks pretty accurate to her model. You got the coat here, the skirt, and even this little tail on the back. And the fact that you can move it around is pretty cute. Unlike the Nyanners model, the Ironmouse one has a little bit more detail on it with a bunch of little pieces. And I'm glad that Good Smile was able to bring it all onto this figure. Also, the paint on the body seems very accurate to the model, which is really good. And then we move on to the head, and wow, this looks really, really cute. I love how they are able to get the eyes basically spot on with the iris, I think that's what it is, being all white. Like I said in my Nyanners review, it looks printed on. Then there's the hair, and yeah, it seems pretty accurate. Not only with sculpt, but these little purple hair bits are all in the right place. These horns look very cute, and this little heart-shaped hairpiece is very nicely sculpted. Now, I actually do want to bring something up with this little hairpiece, because in the Nyanners review, I said to be careful with this piece, because it could potentially snap off if you accidentally push it or something. But I actually didn't know that you could swivel it. So for both of these figures, you can move it around, or even pop it off, for some odd reason, I guess. I guess now that we're on the topic, it's time for the articulation. It should seem pretty familiar to, you know, last time. The head can swivel, look up and down, the previous hair part can swivel, the shoulders can swivel, along with the coat piece right here, and the hand. The body has a swivel in the waist, which is actually different from the Nyanners one, so that's pretty cool. And then we got a ball joint at the leg, and finally, the previous mentioned swivel at the tail. So the posability is average for a Nendoroid, but it's still enough to pull off some cool poses. And along with some posability, you can also make this figure even cooler with some of the included accessories. In order to get her all stood up for some cool poses, you're gonna need a base. Plug this little arm into the back of her body, and then plug it into the base in one of these holes. Now she can stand up properly. Next set of accessories are these extra hands. Besides these normal hands, we got a hand pointing, a hand holding a slice of pizza. Man, now I'm hungry. I'll get some pizza after this review. And finally, a hand holding a little demon microphone. All these little pieces are sculpted and painted pretty well and are very, very cute. Then we get these extra arm pieces, which are bent.
All you gotta do is pop the coat piece off the body and replace it with this one. And if you want to, you can also replace the hands, so that's cool. Now, this is something I do want to bring up because I did have a mini issue with the Nyan figure, which I'm glad is improved here. You see, with the Nyanners Nendoroid, in order to switch out the arms, you would also need to switch out this little coat piece hanging thing right here, which at times could be tedious, and sometimes I accidentally mix up the two, so I'm glad for this figure they didn't do that. Although, it's probably because the coat overhang isn't as big or detailed as the Nyans, so it makes sense, but I'm still glad they didn't do that here. Next accessory is an extra neck joint in case something happens to the other one, which is pretty handy. And then we got a leg that's bent. Now, I was thinking I was going to have a similar issue with the Nyan figure. However, the way this part is sculpted, just being a ball joint, it's actually easier to switch out the leg joints, which is really good. If it seems like I'm hating on the Nyanners figure, I'm not. It's just that I have to point out the flaws. I have to mention it. Why do I hear Guts' theme playing? No! Next thing Ironmouse comes with is alternate faces. All you gotta do to put these faces on is remove this front hair piece, which is actually a little difficult due to these horn pieces, so be careful. Remove the face and put on one of the other faces. Besides the normal face doing a smile, we got a face smiling with the eyes closed and more teeth? Huh. And then there's an embarrassed Sundry face? I think that's what it is. Both these alternate faces are sculpted and painted very well. I just hope I don't accidentally break something trying to switch them out. It also kind of bugs me that the hair piece won't snap in all the way, so yeah. Wait a minute! There's an extra spot here for another accessory! But for some odd reason, it's not here. What happened to... Oh right, it's on the stand already. Last accessory this figure comes with is a mini demon called Bubi. Not Bubi. Bubi. Bubi is a demon friend, or demon minion, I think? I didn't catch up on the lore, so... Maro! Basically, this is his mini demon form, which is actually smaller and funny looking, and he can actually rotate his head, which is pretty cool. He comes with a stand arm, which connects to the main stand, but he doesn't come with his own little base, which is odd, but it's alright. Now that we looked over everything, it's time for some size comparisons. Here she is next to the Hia Toys Godzilla, the Nyanners Papa Parade statue, the Robot Spirits Avilia 1, the Bring Arts A2, and finally, the Nyanners Nendoroid. Oh my god, they look so cute together! Ah! Now it's time to move on to the price. And this is where you all will finally figure out what I meant by me getting lucky. For starters, I got this figure for $40, the same price as the Nyanners figure. At first this may seem normal, but it isn't when I bring up that this figure usually goes for $70 to $80. Yeah. Around a week ago, I was just looking around on Amazon, seeing some cool stuff, you know, AI Kong. But then I see that this Nendoroid is going for basically 50% off, which was insane! Even more crazy thing is that after I bought it, not only did it go up to $70 not too long after, but it said it was going to arrive in 10 days. Now, why do I bring this up? Well, it's because it only took 2 days to arrive. Yeah, that's fucking insane! I got extremely lucky with my purchase and the time it took to fully arrive to my house. However, that's not going to be the case for everyone. Right now on Amazon, it's going for $72, which, yeah, way too much. However, I have seen it at some points drop down to like $55, which is better, but if you can somehow find it for around $40, I'd say it's a pretty good price to get this figure. It's like a blue moon, you know, a very rare chance, so if you can see it for around that price point, I'd say go get it. So now it's time for my final thoughts. Overall, I really like this figure. I love how accurate it is to Ironmouse's model, I like all the little accessories it comes with, and I appreciate that some of the issues I had with the Nyanners Nendoroid were fixed here. The only thing that really brings it down is the price being way too much most of the time, and also switching out the face piece, but that's really my only two critiques. I think with that, it equals to around the same score as the Nyanners Nendoroid, being an 8 out of 10. However, I'm actually going to give this figure an extra half point for my experience with this figure and the amount I paid for it. So at the end of it, this figure gets a very solid 8.5 out of 10. I really gotta figure out some ranking system for these figures, huh? Also, something funny I just realized.
By the way, I want this and I want this so
it seems like it finally came true. Well, that's about it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. I guess this was quite an unexpected review, even for me, huh? Again, I wasn't even expecting to get that lucky finding this for a good price. I have some reviews planned out, and I'm going to try and start working on them as soon as possible, But school has started back up, so I'm going to need to focus on that since it's my final year. But until then though, thank you all for watching and sticking around, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you later.